What's happening, everyone? My name is Adrian and welcome back to What the Pun, and happy 2023 everyone. Hope you all are having a good start to the new year. And to all my niece and nephew, Gong Hei Fa Choi, wishing you all a very healthy and happy Year of the Rabbit. So I know in my last video I did say I'll be having a bit of a break. I am still kind of on a bit of a break and still planning all the content that I'll be doing this year. So I'm just posting a new video just to say I'm still around, I'm still doing bits, but I picked up a part and I thought I'd just do a video just to give you guys an update as to what's going on. So what did I pick up? I picked up one of these, a GFB diverter valve, going fast bits diverter valve. It's quite common parts that's fitted or upgraded on a Mark 5 GTI because the stock diverter valve is quite weak and you do find the diaphragm or the bit inside breaks and your car's not able to hold boost very well. You don't get much content or a lot of information on people upgrading it on the Mark 6 Golf R, but I thought I'll give it a try anyways because it's a much stronger part compared to the stock one, and I'm hoping I'll be able to see some gains from fitting one of these in. So let's get started. To start off with, we're going to need to locate where the diverter valve is in the Mark 6 Golf R. If you're working on a Mark 5 Golf GTI or maybe a Mark 7 GTI platform, then let me grab the camera and just show you whereabouts you would be looking for your platform. Starting off with the Mark 6 Golf R, you will be locating the diverter valve right here. If you are looking to do it or change it on a Mark 5 Golf GTI, then your location isn't as convenient. You'll be looking at around this side of the car, but to reach it you need to go underneath, so you need to remove the wheel arch and to reach underneath to find your diverter valve in a Mark 5 GTI. If it is a Mark 7 GTI, I believe you'd be looking at around this location. So if it's Mark 6 or Mark 7, it'll be much easier for you to locate. Alright, to get started, I believe we would definitely have to remove this here, and I think because of the lack of space we will need to also remove the engine cover as well. So let's get started. Now that the engine cover is off and I've removed this air inlet housing, that's a nice name for it, we can reach the diverter valve, which is right here. Let me grab the camera and show you exactly what we need to do. So it is located here, this thing here. Might be a bit, so it should be 3 screws that we need to remove. One's tucked in back here, so that might be a bit of a tight squeeze, so I may either need to remove this NAT valve, or maybe if I loosen this up, this bracket, then I can wiggle it out a little bit just to give me a bit more room. Alright, so let's get this removed. There we have it, that is it removed. I did, just to make life easier, have to just remove that screw there, just so I can wiggle this about to give me a bit more room to get to this back on here. Otherwise, pretty straightforward. You just needed a T30 to remove all 4 of these. In the meantime, whilst this is opened up, I'm going to lock this up just so nothing falls in. Alright, so let's get the new one assembled. So this is it. This is the diverter valve in the Mark 6 Golf R. You will find that this looks a bit different compared to your Mark 5 GTI diverter valve, as this is a sort of revised version, so the design is a bit stronger than the Mark 5 GTI. So, but otherwise, in terms of the assembly for the new parts, here we have it. I have it laid out in order. In terms of the assembly into this, it's exactly the same process compared to Mark 5 or Mark 7 diverter valve. But do make sure when you're assembling the new diverter components into your bit here that you follow the instructions that come with the parts, just so you're doing it properly. So I'm going to get this all cleaned up first and have the new part fitted in. So here we have it all put together, quite straightforward. Do make sure, let me roll it here, there's this little notch. Do make sure you match the notch with the new the new part as well, just so it is fitted correctly. You do need to use a little bit of force to click this into place, but otherwise very straightforward. Make sure you put a bit of engine oil on the pistons, as it says in instructions. I think it's just to help with the movement. And with the new part, it does come with new screws, because it does change the sizing of the housing a bit, so you do need to use these new screws as well. Alright, so we are ready to put this back into the car. So the reassembly, pretty much just like before, but in reverse. So let's start off by putting the new diverter valve back in here. So here we have it, new diverter valve fitted, all 3 new screws used, all secure, and then also just make sure you remember to put the bracket screw back into place. Now just put everything back together, engine cover, and we're good to go. Okay, so engine cover is back on, sensor plug back in, this is secured back into place, this is secured back into place, everything is done. Clear up, make sure before you close the bonnet, clear up anything that may actually damage your bonnet. Otherwise, I think we're good to go. So let's start her up and just make sure there's no errors, and then take it out for a bit of a test drive to see if there's even any bit of an improvement in performance. Okay, let's go. Okay, so hello, back in the Mark 6 Golf R, obviously. So it's actually been like a week since I fitted this new GFB diverter valve. I didn't want to document my experience with the diverter valve straight away, as I just really wanted to give it a really thorough test to really see if it actually made any difference to the car's performance at all. And honestly, it's not a part you would buy and then be like, oh yeah, I'll gain like 10, 20 brake horsepower, or I've been gapping everything now. No, it's not that kind of part. Given the price you pay for one of these, it's not like a very expensive part, to be honest. What I found I gained from putting this part in is responsiveness. I feel like the car is a lot more responsive in positions where I'm building up boost, or where I'm building up boost basically. So you do feel like the car is reacting and responding a lot better. So hopefully I can demonstrate that today, maybe. Given I'm hoping traffic, well, really dependent on traffic today. So let's see how I get on. Situations where I need the car where it's picking up boost, and I let off a bit, and then I need to pick it up again, and sort of in these situations, it's where the car is so much more responsive right now. I couldn't give more examples, but like I was trying to explain earlier on, it's what I find is in situations where I need oops, learner's a bit stuck. Oh no, learner's stuck. He's stuck. The learner is stuck. This is embarrassing. Oh great, this guy just jumps right ahead, no consideration of the learner. I feel for these people. Alright, so what I was trying to explain earlier on in the brief demonstration that I can do today is when I'm pushing the car and it's building up, and you in a situation where you're building up, and obviously you might come across a bend or turn, whatever, where you have to let off a bit, and then coming out of that bend, whatever, and you put your foot back down again. That is where I feel like it's so much more responsive, because it's building up boost much better, much more responsive, and then as you're letting off as well, and you want to resume building up that pushing the car again, it's just so much more responsive. So that is how I feel the car is behaving better. It's not like a huge sort of performance upgrade in terms of horsepower, whatnot, but in terms of how the car is behaving, I'll say it's a very nice improvement, because it's not a very expensive part, very simple to install, and what you get out of it in terms of how the car is behaving, I think it's beautiful. So I can only imagine having a GFB diverter valve fitted, amongst other things fitted as well, and then having your car tuned, remapped, whatever you want to call it, it will be most likely very beneficial, as like your factory diverter valve is not as strong as this GFB diverter valve. So you know, from the video early on, you can obviously see that the factory one is a plastic component, and the GFB one is whatever, it's steel, aluminium, whatever it's made from. It's much stronger, and it will most likely be able to hold boost at a larger PSI, much better. Quote me if I'm wrong, I'm not the most technical car person in the world. I have somewhat of an understanding, which I hope I am correct, but I would imagine having one of these fitted and having the car tuned, remapped, whatever, you would have gains in the turbo boost department, if you know what I mean. But yeah, anyways, hope you all found today's video useful, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop your comment in the box down below. So that's it from me this week. Happy New Year once again, and I'm still on a bit of a break at the moment, but once I'm back, you will have quite consistent feed of content from me. I can promise you that. So that's it from me this week. I will see you all next time, and also happy Chinese New Year as well.